Hello guys, Flashlight Enthusiast here. So definitely this one will be special because this is my first flashlight that actually I got for a test from somebody else and not for my own money. This one was provided by a fellow flashaholic friend of mine, Adrian D. Thank you so much, Adrian, for providing his flashlight for tests and actually giving me this opportunity to check it out. This is the K-domain brand flashlight, the KDLitker, if I pronounce it correctly, a K5s with a nice driver and XHP 50.2 LED in 3000K, so definitely more of a thrower than a flutter. But let's take a look at the package first. So it reminds me of a convoy package, as you can see here. Nothing really fancy, just some sticker with the brand, specification and color, nothing else. So this was the box that I was actually provided with, and inside we actually I couldn't find any accessories, so just the flashlight. Alright, so when I got this flashlight, actually the threads were dry. I mean really dry. I don't know if it's just from the factory or some other factors, but definitely at the side of the head the flashlight threads were simply dry, and the scratching noise when I unscrew the head was unbearable. So I immediately greased them, as well as reapplied the loop here, because actually from what I got here, the threads from the tail cap were somehow greased, but I could improve that. As you can see, the O-rings are orange, so this higher quality O-rings, that's definitely a plus for Kaido here. And as you can see, the threads are pretty thick and well machined. The spring is thick somehow. I had to screw this down a little bit because it was loose, but apart from that, the tail switch is really hard and solid. Very good job there. I'm using the Litokela 5000 mAh 26650 battery for this test, because it uses the boost driver. Actually, you don't need to have this higher discharge rate battery, but we'll return to that later. Let's see the head first. So as you can hear now, they are smooth and looped up. That's nice. And these threads actually are also triangle, as you can see, so no square threads there. And here is the core of the flashlight, the driver itself. Actually, this is probably the best thing about this flashlight, is the driver. It uses the Kaido driver that you can buy separately, which I did. It is for 6 volt XHP 50.2 emitters or other 6 volt emitters. There are just 4 modes, and obviously strobe hidden, but you can also choose the option when you have only one mode, 100%. As you can see, we've got this nice boost converter. Very nice driver, available for like $9 or something like that. So if you like to do something like me, that you actually put this driver into the Convoy S21A and change the emitter for XHP 50.2, this is definitely a nice option to have. I even have 2 of them, one with 3000 and one with 4000K. Definitely a nice option. But returning to the Kaido, definitely check out this driver. Worth it, definitely. Look at the head. I mean, this cooling fins are massive, and not that you need that with the XHP 50.2 emitter, but definitely I can feel the difference between this head and this head with the same driver and the same emitter size. Alright, definitely this heat mask gives you a bit of an advantage while on turbo mode. Alright, so let's screw this down. Nice and thick O-rings, double springs. Oh yeah, look at this spring here. Very nice job. Alright, and one thing I have to criticize about this is actually the anodization and outside build quality, because I cannot say much about the driver and the reflector and the springs and buttons, because they're really solid, but I couldn't find this flashlight on the website right now, so I don't know the price, but I suspect about the $30 range. So just like the Sofirn C8F, and look at the quality of anodization. I mean, it chips already here, and in this section it feels for me like this cheap eBay Zoom, but that's just me. I mean, for definitely the Kaido shines with the driver, which is outstanding performance. So I suspect they just didn't pay much attention for a build quality, but I would rather see this flashlight $5 more expensive than to see this finish that is probably not satisfying for me. Alright, that being said, let's look at the reflector. You've got a nice blue anti-reflective coating, which is pretty rare. I mean, usually it is either purple or green, so I was surprised to see the blue one here, but definitely a nice addition. You cannot see this blue in the beam pattern, definitely, so nothing to worry about here. And look at the reflector. I definitely can see some dust in there, but it's nice orange peel reflector with an LED perfectly centered in there. Well, let me lit it up for you. Oh yeah, definitely nice, definitely looking good. Oh yeah, and the stainless steel bezel is also a nice addition. Alright, let's go through the user interface, which is pretty simple: 4 modes plus hidden strobe. So let's start from low, and this is obviously the physical button here on the tail, so you just press once for on, press once for off. While it is on, you can actually change mode, because it is the reverse switch, so no momentary here, only when you release the switch the current flows. So you cannot do momentary of this flashlight, at least with this switch, unless you change it for forward one. But this is the low mode. As you can see, the hotspot is pretty big and intense, while they also have some good quality spill, which is the benefit of huge LED like this XHP 50.2 rather than the flat sliced emitter for throw. But the deep reflector gives you actually the nice combination of throw and spill and flat. So yeah, definitely a nice beam pattern for everyday use. Okay, so once I click the button, I mean push the button lightly for changing the mode, you will actually see that nothing changes really. Alright, and that's the memory function in this particular driver. So if you wait more than 3 seconds, it memorizes the current mode. So actually you have to, after this 3 seconds, you actually have to press 2 times to advance to another mode. So one for memory and the other one for advancing the modes. And again, we wait more than 3 seconds, press once, and actually mode stays on. Alright, 1. Alright, let's go to the second mode, and now the third one, already getting bright. And in this mode, this flashlight can actually sustain the output for a full 3 hours, like flat, like a table, without actually achieving more than 40 degrees Celsius. So this one is definitely nice, and it's about 1000 lumens. And then you've got the fourth mode, which is over 2000 lumens, and this one will definitely heat up pretty quickly, but you still have some couple of minutes, like of extreme output. Definitely well designed flashlight. I mean, the heat dissipation is excellent on this one, and as you can see right now on the screen, I've tested this with my lux meter. So well, the performance is simply amazing. I mean, look at the high mode of 1000 lumens. It goes flat for 3 hours, and then you've got this mid mode, which is about 400 lumens. And actually I couldn't test it because it was so long. I mean, after 8 hours of testing, I checked out the battery voltage, and it was still 3.6 volts. So definitely I suspect like 20 hours runtime on this mode. So definitely on this LED and the driver is so much efficiency in there. Extreme performance, guys. I'm really pleased with this one, and I couldn't actually achieve this performance on a smaller one, even with the same driver and LED. So after I tested the medium mode, and it was out like in 6 hours. So I was really confused. What the heck is going on here? But maybe it is just the battery and the heat mass, and you know, the maybe the resistance of springs or something like that. I'm not really sure here, so I wouldn't tell. But definitely this one outshines in, you know, lower modes. The efficiency is excellent. The one drawback that I have to, maybe not drawback, but you have to notice that this flashlight does not have thermal configuration and thermal protection. So unless you're using this one in turbo mode continuously, you would be fine, because even in high modes it couldn't exit, you know, the 40 degrees Celsius. But in turbo modes, you cannot leave this flashlight without any inspection, because this flashlight will actually heat up, you know, to redness. I ended the test with 68 degrees, but on this Convoy, the same driver, I actually hit it up to 77 degrees. So it was pretty much dangerous for the electronics and the battery. So definitely pleased with this one. Let's go to the forest and show you how it shines.
KDLitker, if I'm pronounced it correctly, K5s with XHP 50.2 in 3000K, so nice and yellow, orange. It has only 4 modes, so this is low, memory, medium, high, and turbo. It's kind of a thrower, you know. It has some spill, but mainly focused spot, as you can see right now. Let me wait a bit as this runner goes away, just a little bit. But look at the side. So we've got a nice spill, focused spot. So it can throw pretty well. I would say 250 meters or something like that. Yeah, and definitely, as you can see, this is a very nice beam. And the best thing about this flashlight is not the build quality, but actually the stabilization, sustainability of the output. Because this flashlight uses the boost driver, so as long as you can provide the cooling, it will hold the brightness. Very nice beam. So let's cycle again. Low, medium, high, and turbo. 4 modes, evenly spaced, very nice. And when you double click, you got a strobe mode.
Alright, let's sum it up, guys. Definitely excellent flashlight, pretty cheap with excellent driver, probably underestimated by many of you, but Kaido did a very good job here. I mean, apart from the build quality, which I have some reservation to, definitely the driver is excellent. Combination with this deep reflector and LED and those cooling fins. Very nice design, and I'm really satisfied with testing this one. Again, Adrian, thank you very much for providing this one for the test. And guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment. If you have any questions, just leave in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.